So MIDI stands for Musical Instrument Digital Interface. And essentially what that's doing is it's sending information from your keyboard controller back to your computer and telling you what note you're hitting, how hard you're hitting that note, or if you're using any modulation.
You see, in the early 80s, that's when they first instituted MIDI. So we can universally talk between machines and send data to our DAW, like Pro Tools. It used to be where we could just go out from a keyboard like this, instead of having VSTs and virtual instruments. We only had these keyboards to rely on, and they would go into an interface, analog, and would come out the other end so we could hear it.
And MIDI is used to control VSTs, which are virtual instruments such as Omnisphere, Nexus, Contact, and many more. Or we're gonna record an instrument the way we used to do this. You ready, Maestro?
I got you.
All right, let's make it hit. Look at you, boy.
You know.
All right. I'm gonna get that. We're gonna put that on the 1.
So right now, all we did was show how the analog keyboard can get into the DAW without MIDI. Soon we're going to show you exactly how MIDI works in order to capture that same information, but we can send many instruments or replace many instruments with that MIDI output.
So you ready to get this lead?
Yes, sir.
So it's going to give you a count in. It's going to come in on the 3rd bar. That's our lead. Now what we can do from here is we're gonna go ahead and program some drums. So I need you to do, let's switch spots for a second. All right, cool.
Here we go, you ready?
Yeah.
As you can see, that lead is probably not the right instrument that we want to use. But the good thing about MIDI is that we can actually change the instrument without replaying the information. Unlike analog equipment, you can only play what you're given. So many instruments to choose from, man. This could be an all-day process.
So now we lay down this clap. What we're gonna do is we're gonna quantize all of them to make sure they're hitting perfectly. So we're gonna hit option 0, and you can keep it on 16 notes. And right now we want a very tight clap, so we're just keep the quantization on. So we hit apply, and now when you listen back, they sound perfect.
Erase that note down there.
Which one?
The one, the second note, right below it. Yeah, I think that's when my finger slipped.
And that's cool because we got MIDI.
We got MIDI, baby. And like my boy Mark Drew said, when you're dealing with quantizing, quantizing is the act of actually putting things perfectly aligned. Sometimes we can give a groove to it. Sometimes we want it to be exactly on spot with everything else. It just depends on what your workflow is and what you're going for at the end of the day. But with MIDI, we don't have to re-perform every single situation. We can move things around, shuffle it if we need to, copy and paste, duplicate. You know, pretty much the world is ours at this point.
So after we have this clap down, I want to lay down some hats. Just drawing the 8th notes, and quick way you can, that way you don't have to draw them all in, you could just duplicate every single one and then kind of manipulate them afterwards. So all right, so we got that. So now we can start to draw in the triplets.
Man, Okay, so we're gonna lay the kick now?
Yeah, let's lay down a kick.
All right, here we go. As a producer, why would you want to commit something?
So for right now, I kind of save on processing, so I'm not opening, new VSTs with the same stuff. I'm able to commit it, so that way I can kind of like start a new playlist on this VST right here, and then just keep adding as I'm going.
Gotcha.
Now that we have that, you want to lay down 808?
Let's do it.
Give it some body. All right.
And we're gonna do that through MIDI, right? Not through
We're gonna do that through MIDI. Yes,
analog.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
MIDI.
We have technology.
We got the technology. Why not do it? Oh yeah.
So structure free on any sampler, you're able to bring in any sample you want, and that'll kind of link it to your keyboard. And you kind of start playing whatever you want from there. So many people think when you're producing, you just spend the whole time making beats like one big music video. Contrary to popular belief, you spend a lot of time digging for samples.
It's a process, for sure. Right now, Mark is doing a blend, bringing things in level for us so we can really hear what's going on. So during MIDI editing, a lot of times we can stretch the note further than how we performed it. Sometimes we can cut the note. So we can even change the pitch or change the note itself and move it up and down in our grid to make it as perfect as we need to make it. Otherwise, the old school way, we would have to record it all over again. So thanks to technology, MIDI, we're able to get a lot done in a shorter amount of time. Oh yeah, to kind of give it a different swing. Imagine having to have all these instrumentalists coming into the studio to try to put all these beats together all the time. And now, in the comfort of your own home, everyone seems to have their own setup, all because of plug and play ability, using MIDI. At one point, it used to be a 5-pin protocol to where you had to have one going in and one going out. And if you wanted to daisy chain devices, you had to go through MIDI through, go into the machine and let the machine know, hey, I need you to communicate this way. But now, as technology advanced and USB is a universal protocol, so MIDI said, why not? Let's transmit the communication through USB now. So now everything is pretty much plug and play. Makes it easier on the setup so you can get quick to your creative part. And remember to like and subscribe with Avant Media Institute.
And if you're wondering what the beat sounds like, it sounds just like this.